Hello there, friends. Have you ever noticed how some people always seem to have a sparkling clean home, no matter how many years go by? They don't have a magic wand. What they have are consistent habits that keep their homes neat and inviting. Today, I'm going to share 10 things that seniors with clean homes do every single day. You might be surprised by how simple these habits are, yet they make a world of difference. So stay with me until the end because you won't want to miss number 8. Oh, and before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and drop a comment below to let me know what's your biggest cleaning challenge. Now, let's get started. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever walked into someone's home where everything is in its place? No clutter, no chaos, just a perfectly tidy space? And have you ever wondered, how do they keep it this way? Well, here's their secret. They tidy as they go. This simple habit saves them a mountain of work later. Picture this. After your morning cup of coffee, do you leave the mug on the counter and think, I'll wash that later? Or do you take 10 seconds to rinse it out and place it in the dishwasher? That one small act sets the tone for the rest of your day. Tidy people don't let things pile up, they handle them in real time. And it's not just coffee mugs. They hang up jackets immediately after wearing them, put their shoes away as soon as they take them off, fold blankets after a cozy nap on the couch. By tackling small tasks in the moment, they prevent clutter from creeping in. Here's what I do. Every evening before bed, I spend 5 minutes resetting my living area. I put away books, fold my throw blanket, and fluff the cushions on the couch. Waking up to a tidy space feels like a fresh start, and it takes so little effort. Try it tonight, you'll thank me tomorrow. Now, this next habit is a game changer if you want your home to look and feel clean every single day. Wiping down surfaces. It might sound like a small thing, but trust me, it makes a huge difference. Think about it. Every day, we touch the same areas over and over again. Kitchen counters, dining tables, bathroom sinks. These surfaces collect crumbs, spills, fingerprints, and dust faster than we realize. When you don't wipe them regularly, those little messes start to build up, and before you know it, they feel overwhelming. But seniors with clean homes, they stay ahead of the mess by giving these surfaces a quick wipe down every single day. Take the kitchen, for example. After cooking, they don't leave behind splatters or crumbs. They grab a cloth or sponge and clean the counters right then and there. The same goes for bathroom sinks. Wiping away toothpaste or water droplets keeps them looking pristine. And here's the best part. It doesn't take long. Just a few minutes a day is enough to keep your home looking spotless and inviting. Pro tip: keep a microfiber cloth or disinfecting wipes in the areas you use most. I have a small basket under my sink with all my essentials, so I never have an excuse to leave things messy. Once you get into this habit, you'll be amazed at how much cleaner your home feels. Now, let's talk about an issue that sneaks up on all of us: paper clutter. It's incredible how quickly it piles up, isn't it? Newspapers, bills, receipts, catalogs, junk mail. They all seem to take over if we're not careful. But seniors with clean homes have a simple rule: manage paper clutter every day. Here's what they do. As soon as the mail comes in, they handle it immediately. Junk mail? Straight into the recycling bin. It doesn't even get a chance to sit on the counter. Bills or important documents, they get filed away in a dedicated spot. Newspapers and magazines? If they've been read, they're recycled. If not, they're placed neatly in a specific area, never allowed to linger. I can't tell you how freeing it feels to stay on top of this daily. Here's what I do. I keep one small tray in my kitchen where I place any mail or papers that come in during the day. Before bed, I spend 5 minutes sorting through it. If it's important, it gets filed. If not, out it goes. Think about it. How many times have you been overwhelmed looking at a pile of papers, wondering where to even start. When you tackle it every day, the pile never grows. Your countertops stay clear, and it's so much easier to find important things, like that all-important doctor's appointment card. If papers haven't been read yet, they're kept neatly in a designated area, but never allowed to linger. I can't tell you how freeing it feels to stay on top of this every day. I've created a system in my own home that works wonders. I keep one small tray in my kitchen where I place any mail or papers that come in throughout the day. Before bed each evening, I spend 5 minutes sorting through it. If it's important, it gets filed away. If not, it goes straight to the recycling bin. Think about it. How many times have you been overwhelmed, looking at a pile of papers, wondering where to even start? When you tackle it daily, the pile never grows, and your countertops stay clear. Plus, it makes finding things like that all-important doctor's appointment card so much easier when everything has a place. Now, let's talk about floors, my friends. If you've ever wondered how some homes seem to sparkle from top to bottom, it's because they don't forget what's underfoot. Seniors with truly clean homes make it a habit to sweep or vacuum their high-traffic areas every single day. Think about the spaces you walk through most often. The kitchen, the hallway, maybe the front entryway. These areas collect dust, dirt, crumbs, and yes, even hair, faster than you'd imagine. And here's the thing, when your floors are clean, your whole home feels fresher. For many of us, the thought of vacuuming daily might feel overwhelming, but here's the trick. Focus only on the areas that need it most. You don't need to vacuum your entire house every day, just the spots where mess builds up quickly. For me, that means a quick sweep in the kitchen after meals, and a pass with my lightweight vacuum near the front door to pick up dust, dirt, and any leaves I've tracked in. If you have pets, this habit is even more important. I've always said, there's nothing wrong with shedding, it's part of having furry companions. But keeping up with it daily can make your home feel so much more inviting and less overwhelming. For seniors who might have mobility challenges, robotic vacuums are a fantastic little helper. They keep your floors tidy with minimal effort, almost like having a tiny housekeeper. Let's move to one of the most important areas in the house, the kitchen sink. A sink can either be a beacon of cleanliness or a source of stress. If there's one habit that makes an instant difference, it's this. Seniors with clean homes always keep their sink clean and empty. Why is this so powerful? A sink full of dirty dishes doesn't just look messy, it can create bad smells, attract pests, and make your entire kitchen feel chaotic. Seniors with clean homes never let that happen. They have a simple rule: no dirty dishes left in the sink overnight. Ideally, dishes are dealt with as soon as possible after meals. For example, after every meal, they rinse dishes and either put them straight in the dishwasher or wash them by hand. If something needs to soak, they don't just leave it sitting in the sink all day. They place it in soapy water with a plan to return to it quickly. Once the dishes are done, they take a moment to rinse the sink itself, wiping it down to keep it gleaming. And here's what I do that has worked wonders. At the end of the day, after my last cup of tea, I wipe my sink with a touch of baking soda or white vinegar. Not only does this keep it clean, but it also eliminates odors and keeps my kitchen smelling fresh. A sparkling sink is like a centerpiece for a clean home, and once you make this a habit, you'll never want to go back. One thing you might not always associate with a clean home is this. It's not just what you can see, but what you smell that makes a difference. That's why seniors with clean homes make it a priority to air out their space every single day. Over time, our homes trap all kinds of odors, cooking smells, pet scents, and just the stale air from being closed up. Even if your home looks spotless, stuffy air can make it feel less fresh. Seniors with truly clean homes combat this by simply opening their windows, even for just a few minutes each day. Fresh air can do wonders for making your home feel vibrant and alive again. Here's what I do. Every morning, I crack open the windows, even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes. I choose rooms where I've spent the most time, like the bedroom or the kitchen, and let that fresh breeze sweep in. Even on colder days, just a few minutes is enough to replace stale indoor air with a crisp, clean feeling. And here's a little secret I've used for years. Place a bowl of baking soda in rooms that don't get as much ventilation, like a guest bathroom or a closet. It helps absorb lingering odors. Want to take it a step further? Add a drop or two of your favorite essential oil. Lavender is my go-to. It leaves a soft, calming scent behind. Over time, our homes trap all kinds of odors, cooking smells, pet scents, and just the stale air from being closed up for too long. Seniors with clean homes combat this by simply opening their windows, even for just a few minutes each day. Fresh air can work wonders for making a home feel vibrant and alive again. Personally, I make it a habit to crack open the windows in the morning. I choose rooms where I've spent the most time, like the bedroom or the kitchen, and let that fresh breeze sweep in. Even on colder days, just a few minutes is enough to replace stale indoor air with a crisp, clean feeling. And here's a little secret I've used for years. Place a bowl of baking soda in rooms that don't get as much ventilation, like a guest bathroom or a closet. It helps absorb lingering odors, keeping the space smelling fresh. Want to take it a step further? Add a drop or two of your favorite essential oil. Lavender is my go-to. It leaves a gentle, calming scent behind. Let me ask you this. How much time do you spend looking for things that have been misplaced or buried under clutter? Your keys? Glasses? A favorite book? For seniors with clean homes, clutter isn't something they battle once a week or let pile up. It's something they manage every single day. And they do it with a simple habit I call the 10-minute declutter. Here's how it works. Every day, they set aside just 10 minutes to tidy one small area. It could be a countertop, a drawer, a bookshelf, or even that dreaded kitchen junk drawer we all seem to have. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress, little by little. Personally, I find this habit not only keeps my home looking organized, but also feels incredibly satisfying. Some days I use my 10 minutes to clear the mail basket or tidy up my bedside table. Other times I focus on straightening up the shoes near the front door or folding that small pile of laundry I left on the guest bed. Here's my golden rule for decluttering. Follow the one-touch rule. When you pick something up, decide where it belongs right then and there. No moving it from pile to pile. Does it belong in the trash? Throw it away. Does it belong in another room? Put it back immediately. Does it need to be filed or organized? Do it on the spot. This daily practice creates a sense of control and order, and over time it prevents those big, overwhelming clutter cleanouts that none of us enjoy. Try it tomorrow. Pick a small area, set a timer for 10 minutes, and watch how quickly you can make a difference. And now, my friends, we come to the final habit, a small, almost deceptively simple practice that sets the tone for the entire day. Seniors with clean homes always make their bed every morning. Know what you might be thinking? It's just the bed. Does it really matter? But let me tell you, it absolutely does. Making your bed is like sending a signal to yourself that the day has begun and you're ready to tackle it. It's such a small task, but it creates an immediate sense of accomplishment. Plus, walking into a room later in the day with a neatly made bed feels like giving yourself a gift. Here's how I approach it. Right after I get up, I spend just a minute or two straightening the sheets, fluffing the pillows, and folding the throw blanket at the foot of the bed. That's it. So quick, yet it makes my entire bedroom feel instantly tidy and inviting. And let me share another little secret. I love to swap out my bedding for fresh linens once a week. There's nothing quite like climbing into a clean bed at the end of a long day. Want to make it even better? Add a touch of lavender spray to your pillows and it becomes a soothing ritual you'll look forward to every night. A made bed is like the anchor for your entire home. Once it's done, everything else seems more manageable. Trust me on this one. One thing I've noticed about people with consistently clean homes, they don't waste time hunting for cleaning supplies. Everything they need is right where they can grab it quickly and easily. Think about it. If you have to dig through a messy cabinet every time you need a cleaning spray, you're far less likely to wipe down the counters or tackle a quick spill. That's why seniors with clean homes keep their supplies organized and within reach. Here's what works for me. I keep a small cleaning caddy stocked with essentials: multi-surface cleaner, a microfiber cloth, a small duster, and a bottle of vinegar and water. This caddy lives under my kitchen sink so I can grab it in seconds. In the bathroom, I have a separate set of supplies, so I never have to walk across the house to grab a cleaner when I notice a mess. And here's a trick. Store frequently used supplies in the areas where you need them most. Keep disinfectant wipes in the bathroom, a dusting cloth in the living room, and a broom near the kitchen. This simple habit makes cleaning feel effortless. Instead of a big production, it becomes something you do in the moment. Now, this last habit might surprise you, but it's just as important as the others. Seniors with clean homes don't just clean for the sake of it. They take time to truly appreciate their space. They don't see their home as just a place to maintain. They see it as a place to enjoy. They light a candle or diffuse essential oils after tidying up, creating a calming atmosphere. They sit in their favorite chair, enjoy a good book, and soak in the peace of a well-kept space. They invite friends or family over, knowing their home is always welcoming. You see, a clean home isn't just about looking nice. It's about creating a space where you can truly relax and feel at peace. So, once you've done your little cleaning tasks for the day, don't rush on to the next thing. Pause and appreciate your home. Sit back, take a deep breath, enjoy the space you've created. Because at the end of the day, a clean home isn't the goal. The joy and comfort it brings are what truly matter. These daily habits aren't complicated, but they make a massive difference in keeping a home clean, fresh, and stress-free. Air out your home daily. It's the easiest way to keep it smelling fresh. Do a 10-minute declutter. A little effort each day prevents overwhelming messes. Make your bed every morning. It's a small task that sets a positive tone for the day. If you start practicing just one of these habits today, you'll quickly see how much easier it becomes to maintain a clean and welcoming home. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits do you already follow? Which one are you going to start today? Drop a comment below and let me know. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and sign up for my channel newsletter for even more tips on making life easier and more joyful after 50. Until next time, stay tidy, stay happy, and remember, a clean home is a happy home. Hello, my dear friends. As someone who has walked this earth for a fair few decades, I've learned an important lesson. Time is far more valuable than money or material things, especially after 70. Yet so many of us waste it on things that really don't matter anymore. Today, I'll share 12 things that are simply not worth your time or energy anymore. And I promise, the last one might completely change the way you approach life forever. So stick with me until the end. I used to spend an enormous amount of time worrying about what people thought of me. Were they judging how I dressed, what I said, how I behaved? It was exhausting, truly exhausting. And so many of us carry this burden well into our later years. But let me tell you something. The older you get, the more you realize how little it all matters. People are far too busy worrying about their own lives to focus on yours as much as you think. Yes, they may gossip or make a comment here and there, but those fleeting thoughts aren't worth your time. Why let someone else's opinion, which they probably won't remember in a week, dictate how you live your life? Worried about your appearance? Let it go. Wear clothes that make you happy, not ones that conform to outdated ideas of what's appropriate for your age. Always wanted to wear bright red lipstick or a colorful scarf? Go ahead, you've earned it. Want to pick up a new hobby that seems unconventional or quirky? Do it! The truth is, no matter what you do, someone will always have something to say. But what matters most is how you feel. Ask yourself, am I happy? Am I content? If the answer is yes, then that's all you need. Worrying about others' opinions is like carrying a heavy suitcase filled with nothing but air. Drop it. You'll feel so much lighter and freer when you start living for yourself. Let me paint a picture for you. You wake up in the morning, and instead of enjoying your cup of tea or coffee as the sun rises, your mind immediately goes to your to-do list. The laundry is piling up, the kitchen floor needs scrubbing, there's dust on the shelves, and let's not forget the bathrooms. It's endless, isn't it? For years, I believed my home needed to be spotless at all times. Like a museum, with everything in its place, spotless and perfect. But do you know what that brought me? Tired hands, a sore back, and far too many hours spent chasing an impossible standard. Here's the thing. At this stage of life, your time and energy are precious commodities, far more valuable than spotless floors or gleaming windows. What does it matter if there's a little dust on the bookshelf, or if the dishes sit in the sink for a few extra hours? None of these things affect the quality of your life or the memories you make. Instead of striving for a spotless house, aim for a comfortable and welcoming home. A space that feels lived in, warm, and filled with joy. Delegate chores where you can. Ask your family for help if they're around, or invest in a cleaner if it's within your means. And if neither is an option, tackle the essentials and let the rest go. What's far more valuable than spotless counters is the time you spend doing things you truly love. Imagine sitting on the porch chatting with a friend, reading a novel you've been meaning to start, taking a walk in the park, calling a loved one. Those moments are the ones that truly enrich your life. Life is too short, especially after 70, to spend it chasing dust bunnies or folding every single piece of laundry just so. Save your energy for living, loving, and being fully present in the beautiful moments that matter most. Let me tell you one thing for certain. Grudges are like anchors. They weigh you down, slow you down, and keep you stuck in the past. I know, some hurts run deep. Some wounds may never completely heal. But holding on to resentment doesn't punish the other person. It punishes you. Think about it. The person who wronged you may have moved on with their life, completely unaware of your anger. But you're still carrying that bitterness, letting it take up space in your heart and mind. Is it worth it? Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing bad behavior. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means choosing to free yourself from the burden of that negativity. If someone has hurt you deeply and they don't deserve a place in your life, let them go. If a situation from the past still stings, acknowledge it, learn from it, and then release it. Carrying resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Instead, focus on your happiness, your peace, and your well-being, because at the end of the day, the person who benefits the most from letting go is you. We all carry burdens, disappointments, regrets, and unresolved conflicts. They drag behind us like heavy luggage, slowing us down and keeping us from moving forward freely. For years, I carried a bag full of them. Disappointments from friends who let me down, arguments with family members that were never resolved, and even grudges against strangers who probably never even realized I held one in the first place. But let me ask you something. Is it worth it? Is holding on to anger or resentment truly making your life better? Most of the time, the answer is no. When you keep replaying old hurts in your head, you're not punishing the person who wronged you. You're only punishing yourself. You might think forgiveness means letting the other person off the hook. It doesn't. Forgiveness is about setting yourself free. That doesn't mean you have to be friends with everyone or invite toxic people back into your life. It simply means releasing the pain so it no longer holds power over you. I learned to let go of grudges by asking myself one simple question: will this matter when I'm gone? The answer was almost always no. And when I started forgiving, whether it was silently in my heart or through an actual conversation, It was like releasing a 1,000-pound weight. Suddenly, I felt lighter, more at peace, and even healthier. So do yourself a favor. Let go of that grudge you've been carrying. It's never too late to embrace peace. Oh, this one's a real trap, isn't it? Most of us, especially as women, are raised to be caretakers, peacemakers, and pleasers. We put everyone else's happiness above our own. Our children, our partners, our friends, even strangers. And while there's nothing wrong with being kind and considerate, there comes a point when trying to please everyone starts to take more than it gives. Think about it. How often do you say yes to things you don't want to do? How often do you go along with someone else's plans just to keep the peace, even though it leaves you feeling drained or unfulfilled? For years, I thought saying no was selfish. But do you know what's truly selfish? Expecting someone to set themselves on fire to keep everyone else warm. At this stage in life, your time and energy are finite. You can't give endlessly without running dry. So I started asking myself, do I truly want to do this? If the answer was no, I learned to politely decline. It felt uncomfortable at first, especially since I wasn't used to it. But you'd be surprised how much people respect you when you're honest. Pleasing everyone isn't just impossible, it's unnecessary. The people who truly care about you will want you to prioritize your own happiness and well-being. And those who don't? Well, their approval isn't worth your time anyway. So stop spreading yourself thin for others. Focus on pleasing the one person who truly deserves it. You. I used to be a collector of stuff. Clothes I rarely wore, kitchen gadgets I never used, knickknacks that just collected dust. For years, I convinced myself that having the latest, newest, or prettiest things would somehow make life more fulfilling. But when you hit 70, something shifts. You begin to realize that all that stuff, the things you've been accumulating over the years, doesn't bring the happiness or satisfaction it once promised. Think about it. Do you really need 5 different sizes of mixing bowls when you only use one? Do you need a closet packed full of clothes, half of which you haven't touched in years? Does that drawer full of random trinkets bring you joy, or is it just clutter? The truth is, these things often become more of a burden than a blessing. They take up space. They cost money to maintain. And worst of all, they pull your focus away from what truly matters. Instead of buying more, start thinking about what you already have and what you can let go of. Decluttering can be incredibly freeing, not just for your home, but for your mind as well. A cluttered space creates a cluttered mind. Too many things can leave you feeling overwhelmed instead of at peace. When I started simplifying my life, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. I kept only the items that truly brought me joy or served a purpose. The rest, I let go of. And guess what? I didn't miss them. I didn't feel like I had lost anything. In fact, I felt more free than ever. Life after 70 isn't about accumulating things. It's about accumulating experiences, memories, and moments of joy. So the next time you feel the urge to buy something, ask yourself, do I truly need this? Will it add value to my life? If the answer is no, walk away. Because the best things in life, they aren't things at all. Instead of buying more stuff, invest in experiences. Take a day trip with friends, enjoy a delightful meal, or finally attend that painting class you've been curious about. These are the things that truly enrich your life. They create cherished memories rather than cluttering up your shelves. At this stage in life, quality matters more than quantity. A simple, peaceful environment is far more rewarding than an overstuffed house filled with things you hardly use. When it comes down to it, you can't take any of it with you, so spend wisely and invest in what truly brings you joy. Ah, the past. It has a way of creeping into your thoughts when you least expect it. A decision you regret, a moment you wish you could change, or even a missed opportunity that lingers in your mind for years. I used to replay certain events in my head like a broken record, thinking, if only I'd done things differently. But here's the truth. No amount of thinking or rethinking will ever change what's already done. The past is like an old photo album. You can flip through it, reflect on the moments, but you can't step back into those pictures. And do you know what all that overthinking does? It robs you of the present moment, the only time you actually have control over. Instead of